So this is kind of a longer video to my fast video that I made. This is actually a more in-depth analysis of the week one of this posting for 90 days. You see, pretty much if you guys don't know, there is a VTuber called Ness Plexler. Plexler? Her links can be down below. I have a hard time saying names. She pretty much posted on all her socials for 90 days, pretty much creating a consistency of what can be made and how to improve your channel. Her numbers went up significantly higher. Me, as a small as can be YouTuber, Twitch streamer, I can't even say I do that. I just do this as a kind of a hobby. How realistically is it? At this point, it's actually quite interesting because I have discovered two things. A, it actually does help your skills a lot, kind of doing this so far, even within a week. You feel so much more comfortable talking to a camera, specifically if you actually kind of think about how can I improve, which is actually quite interesting because now I actually kind of view the camera as a diary, as if I'm talking to a friend, which really helps, I feel like, as a creating commentary. But we'll regress. We'll get to that soon. Another part that was interesting is actually them talking about finding your niche, how she is claiming how to find a niche, that's something you can do within that 90 days. You don't have to find it, then start posting, which I think it's kind of weird for her to say that because of two things. A, she has two niches that she kind of had. She had a lot of tutorial videos of VTubing, stuff like that, intro stuff, and she also had a lot of content as a VTuber in general, which is another little niche. Which is not saying because you're a VTuber, you're automatically going to say you have a niche, but it's definitely close enough. It's that popular. VTubing can be considered its own little niche, even if you're a shitty VTuber. Not saying she is. No, she's actually great. I actually use a lot of her advice on a lot of my content, stuff like that. And she's not the only one who kind of inspired this. And I actually found another YouTuber who actually said, and he actually inspired this commentary of what I've been doing, pretty much saying, find a YouTuber that you watch consistently, and that being me, Moist Critical, Classic D King. And if you watch those constantly, just try to mimic their thing. And honestly, it's been doing great for my mental health. Another big pro has been I've been getting better with my editing skills. I've been getting faster. I've been getting used to with the hotkeys. It's been really great for me. Now here we go to the bad part. I think I'm shadow banned. I'm not kidding. Um, and the weird proof I have is, and this makes sense with YouTube's analytics. You see, I have about 7,000 subscribers at this moment. 7.3 thousand subscribers. When I started this, I was at 7.4. The statistic is every day I've been losing a subscriber, which is interesting because I have pretty much have been, on average, by the way, it's not actually, it's been 24 in the last 28 days, looking at the thing right here right now. I should actually use the snippet on that right now. But with posting more, and now having losing subscribers consistently, it makes sense for the analytics to go, this guy is actually harmful. He's not making good content. He is not making videos people would want to watch. And this makes sense. Ironically, a big part why people are unsubbing. I have a couple of videos in the past where I've done YouTube promotions. Worst thing ever. I post on TikTok. Do not fall for YouTube promotions. If you want to grow, do not use it. It really creates a big nothing burger. You get a burger with 0 calories. It has the meat, it has tomatoes, lettuce, pickle, onion, all of it, but somehow 0 calories. That's the best way I can describe YouTube promotions. Another big part is I have a video with about 21 million views on Shorts. That is not a YouTube promotion. That was actually pure dumb luck with the analytics. And since I'm not posting memes no more and actually posting original content, I think people who have been watching that saw that, looking at my shorts, and realized I'm just not posting memes no more, kind of has probably unsubbed. which makes sense. It is a content change. But with having such a small YouTube channel and doing what has happened, it kind of caused, I think, this weird the algorithm's looking at it going, this guy's making bad content, not good content, content people don't want to watch. We don't want to promote him to strangers because it kind of hurts. And where I can kind of say this, on TikTok, my views have been consistent, about 200, 80 to 200 consistently throughout all my videos. With YouTube, ever since I started this 90-day project for this week, it has been actually 2 views on shorts. On shorts, that's insane. Shorts is supposed to be that thing where you can have thousands of views easily because it's quick, short. People are looking at it faster, and it makes sense. So it's actually quite interesting to actually see me potentially shadow banned off of YouTube. Now, the biggest thing for that is to show the algorithm, people showing the algorithm, we like this content. Without being either, subbing, liking, subscribing, whatever the hell. But it's an interesting loophole because I highly doubt I'm going to get any comments, likes, or views on this video. Which means it constantly is in that loop of luck. So either A, you get lucky and someone starts sharing content that you had in the past, or B, you promote yourself in some way, shape, or form, which again, you kind of have to get lucky with in the first place. And so far with this 1 week update, that is another negative. It is definitely very luck based in a weird way, because it matters. And even if you're lucky, for example, with this big talk of Sora 2, I hopped on that bandwagon. I only got 5 views. With things like the Hassan Collargate issue, only like 2 views, which makes sense because as I started posting more, I was losing subscribers. So it kind of goes back with the bad thing of this, at least the first week. It's only the first week. That's why I'm not acting like it's a big end of the world, because it does suck, sure, but I understand. It does make sense as an algorithm to protect its viewership. So, what have I learned? First week, this first week of doing this, I have learned to get better with talking. I have learned better with editing. I have learned better with coming up with original ideas. I have learned actually better mic quality. I have learned also too how to not like constantly like looking over here. Like sometimes I'll look over here because I have like a bullet point. I don't do a script, right? I do bullet points so that way I can know when to get to the point, or I'm rambling on and on and on, which I can do, which I think, depending, I do not know because I really don't have an audience. If people want longer gapping videos of me just talking whatever the hell about and just let me ramble on versus trying to get to the next point, right? I don't know what's a better idea. But with what I could be doing potentially is more commentary videos, which I'm liking. It's really good for my mental health. It has been really interesting to see talk about. It's going to be more than like just commentary on issues. It's also going to be like story time, stuff like that. That's going to be like the next week goal to see how people like that. I'm still going to be doing gaming content. I'm still going to be doing live streaming on Twitch. I'm still going to be... I try to do live streaming with TikTok, which, by the way, TikTok, what the fuck? Why is this... You have to jump through all these hoops to stream. You actually have to stream twice a week or something like that. I don't know. It was yap. But I'm still going to be streaming. I'm still going to be doing this. So far, it's a mixed bag of feelings. Like I said, nothing negative. It all makes sense. I'm not going to be upset. But it's really interesting to see the algorithm actually doing its work. Crazy. A multi-million company actually doing its job. That's insane. Twitch. But yeah, that's all I have to say. If I guys don't see you within this next few days, have a good night, good evening. Okay, I lied. I did not finish yet. Because there's a part I actually missed talking about. So on the 90-day thing, also trying to stream every day is really hard. Specifically at a time where I don't want to stream at this time. See, I work a 2 to 10 or a 1 to 9. I work around that. I work a second shift. And it's really hard to get a good stream in because it's really hard to want to stream at that late of an hour. Let's say I finish at 9, stream at 11:30 or so, and there's really just no kind of views or attention to that. Now, it doesn't really matter because I hit affiliate, right? I don't need to worry about an average viewer count of 3 constantly. I don't have to worry about that no more since I did hit affiliate. So, does it really matter at the end of the day? Probably not. I could probably stream because I don't play with my friends really at this time because, they work morning shifts. I'm like the only night man. So, I think the biggest part too, I'm kind of overthinking that part. Another part too is being on fucking Twitter sucks, man. Oh, because a lot of times I'm seeing just a lot of slop and garbage I don't want to see. Mainly because, well, I'm opening myself wide net as I possibly can to help try to get traction of the to get more followers. Also, too, a lot of the followers you get on Twitter are bots, and that is harmful in a weird way, no? Or is that just nature? People don't really care because as long number goes up, that's all that matters. I'm not sure. Um, so that's a really hard part for me. Is TikTok's pretty easy because the plan with that is I'm just make kind of like those dumb little skits I've been making about the top I'm gonna make to kind of see what people have to say, and then when people talk about, for example, a good example is me talking about recently about Twitch having a issue and how YouTube is missing a whole hit premium. Someone are agreeing with that entirely, or even someone disagreeing, and that's my kind of niche. If I make dumb skits or even dumb thing, I'm trying to get better with that. I need to figure out how to do filters, stuff like that, because I would like want to do like I call him. I need a good here. The guy who is obsessed with AI. Let's do this real quick. Chat GBT. Let's name the guy who goons over AI, named after an AI, real quick. Chip Powers, Neural Ned. Neural Ned. I like that. Okay. Artificial. Artificial. Okay, that's his name. So like I okay, so his name is Artificial. I'll pop a scream here. That's his name is Artificial. That's awesome. Okay. Okay, that's great. So Artificial, where he would be like that guy who just dicks raid AI, right? I just want to build better skits kind of thing. Like, I got one boomer guy I want to call Larry McFucklenuts with is a where I'll play to McJuggernuts. But Larry McFucklenuts is like the boomer guy, like old guy kind of thing, because things like that. I know I'm gonna need him for some point. I made a video dissing who's Hassan, so I know I'm gonna get called a Trump tart at some point in my videos blow up. So I think the hardest part is for those is figuring out how to get good filters for TikTok. Because if you use TikTok filters, they'll just play an annoying sound that you can't remove. And I've been having issues where it will override my voice and I can't record. So one of the best ideas I can do is probably see if there's another video capture thing that can work with TikTok. For Twitter, trying to get real followers, I think it's just talk more to people. Whatever the hell, bring up what they say, just make comments. It's really hard to, because someone say find a community, put yourself in there, advertise in there. The issue is I really don't have a set community that I can talk to consistently. Maybe besides Halo, maybe, I don't know. We'll see how that all goes. But anyways, that's my 1 week update of the 90-day challenge. I'll see you guys with update number 2 on next Saturday. Have a good night, good evening, and good afternoon for real this time. Bye. Okay, before I go, I am going to try to make these commentary videos longer because with the YouTube analytics, it wants to push videos a lot more for 10 minutes, which that does make sense with the algorithm because it does mean more views equals more ad rev for them. So I guess that does make sense. So I'm not going to try to be that cringe. That was weird with my camera. So I'm not going to be trying that weird cringe guy who makes videos 10 minutes on the dot. The keyword is try. I'm not going to try to make fucking dry commentary, just trying to hit a time mark. I'm going to try my best not to do that. So I really just need to figure out, dude, the classic, pretty much you make an exam paper, repeat what you say over and over, but in different ways. That's what I gotta do. Those are my goals for this next week on next Saturday. We'll see what I hit. We'll see if I don't hit. Um, Actually, with this 90-day, because I said a long time ago, every project I'm going to do, there's going to be some form of charity with it. This is going to be part of that too. So what it's going to be actually, I'm actually not sure. Probably like every subscriber I get on YouTube will be a penny. There you go. 1 penny equals 1 subscriber. One, if that's bad, like if the viewer retention is bad or the subscriber count's bad over the 9 days, probably something like average likes is a penny. Like every like is a penny. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. We'll see. Just know during this 9 day period, charity is gonna happen. Every project I do, there's gonna be some form of push for charity. That's how it's gonna work. That's this channel's been. We just did a charity push for a friend with cancer. It's project. Everything I claim as a project is gonna have some kind tied to charity, some way, shape, or form. Is it gonna be based off donations? Is it gonna be based off likes? Is it gonna be based off whatever? That's where you guys kind of have to fund. It's kind of like a game, kind of a little game for all of us. Then I just too need to figure out how to pretty much set things up. I don't know, man. I just want to do charity and help out people. All right, for reals. Have a good night, good evening, good afternoon. Bye.